And welcome back to The Zone. I'm Brant.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jay.
And we are live for not the first time, but the first time in this era of Zone 4. We are live with episode 430. Glad to be here. And for those of you joining us, there we go. Take out the applause. That's right. What's up, everybody? But yeah, for those joining us for the first time, or you're just hearing about this, we are going live every Friday right here on Comic Frontline from this point forward, and the audio versions will be available the following Friday. So if you're an iTunes listener and stuff, you just got to wait a week, and it'll be up there. Otherwise, catch us on YouTube every Friday night. So this is going to be a fun show, but before we get too far into it, we should mention we are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us on comicspodcasts.com each and every week, along with a whole bunch of other shows, so go check it out. All right, so what do you guys feel about this being live stuff? I mean, it's like we've never done a live show before. I mean, ever. Like, never.
No, I totally didn't literally have to come on live your first live show so that, a cast member can talk. And then,
we're not here almost every Tuesday, ever. No.
I'm not on like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
They doesn't live on the live button.
Right, I know, right? That's all we do here
like anymore.
Yeah, you do.
I'm waiting for Jay's, Big Brother Jay, where you have, the whole Big Brother experience with Jay.
No.
Always live.
That's how iJustine started. Like, she was filming her whole life 24/7 at the beginning. I remember that back in the
day. IJ, one day. Watch.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon will pick it up.
I don't think Jay wants that much of his life to be displayed online.
No.
It's like iCarly.
It'd be very boring, too, a lot of it.
Yeah,
that's very boring.
We don't have very interesting lives, but at the same time, I wouldn't agree with you, Jay. Think about it. When you got your comics that you set out, when you got your comics that you're setting up or whatever, you're doing work, people might
be interesting just looking at someone reading a book.
No, not
setting
it up and
like Masterpiece Theater. Jay's gonna sit back in a robe with a brandy or something.
With a
comic.
Welcome.
Get a fireplace next to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Fireplace. He does have a nice spot right there. I could put the chair in there. It's like,
there you go. You got to wait until your Fortress of Solitude's up, and then just have this little reading from the Fortress or something.
Once I finally get to it, maybe this is the year I'll do it.
Maybe this is the year. How many years now?
Longer than Frontline's been around.
There you go. Long time coming. That'd be cool though. Frontline from the Fortress, or the Fortress, something like that. I don't know. That'd be fun. I can't wait. You got to do it. You got to finish it.
I will. Once I get the, because I got to put the acrylic beams up and all that. Because the one wall is going to be like acrylic beams, so it looks like the Fortress ice up there.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
When I get another house and I was already promised a room specifically for the comics and stuff, I'm probably going to follow suit. I had a whole room design when I was a kid and I first got into Superman. I'm like, if I ever have a room, it's going to look like the Fortress of Solitude from Christopher Reeve's movies.
And I might do Jarrell and Lara painting, like
mural. Okay, that's too far.
No, a mural. Not like I can draw it and just paint it in. Just like it'll be like different shades of blue and white, like so it looks like it's ice. Not like colored version of it, like just so it looks like it's the ice statue.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. I wish Spider-Man had a fortress. some kind of hideout.
Spider-Man had somewhere. All he does is stand on top of buildings.
I mean, I could just get like a cheap apartment in Spider-Man's fortress.
When Mike and
I just have a web in the corner.
There you go.
Just put some webs right behind you, right there. Right here. Where you're at, get those Halloween webs. They're in stores right now. I mean, they got Christmas stuff in stores right now.
That's true.
Well, actually, when I started collecting comics, Mike was still into Spider-Man because it was before One More Day, and he wanted it. I wanted the portrait. So he's like, "What am I going to do for my room?" I said, "Well, what you do is you make the floor look like a rooftop. You put I'd say you pick about 4 or 5 feet off the floor. You make that all the way around look like the rooftop, like the top of the roof, basically that covers.
Yeah.
5 feet." And then what you do is you get a mural of the city. You put it all the way
Oh,
around.
that would be cool. Yeah.
But you gotta make it different. It has to. You literally would have to find a way to get somebody to do a 360 picture.
Anybody can do that now.
Exactly.
Phones have 360s.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get a 360 picture, and you literally just put it on all the wall, and on the ceiling you just put a sky.
Justin in the comments said, "Crap! Now I have to build Asgard." That would be awesome, though. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, and then outside your door, like in your hallway, like as soon as you walk out the door, just make it like a rainbow bridge.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. So many plans.
I think I would do Mike's Spider-Man room first because that one seems the simplest. Unless we go really artistic and do like antennas and whatnot.
There is like you could go online. Your rooms are designed for like Spider-Man and Batman. Like they have actual rooms that are like you can just go online and see what they do. Like people do some creative things with it.
Yeah.
Because I remember I seen a Spider-Man bedroom before. And I know they had like murals on the wall and stuff like that. There are some really cool things that you can do with it.
Yeah. Well, barring all that, I'm just like for now, I'm eventually going to fill all this space right here in with all my Spider-Man pictures that are on the wall in front of me. So just kind of have a Spider-Man corner because I got a bunch. I got like 4 there. I got 1 there. I got 1 in the closet. And this one.
You know what else you can do, Brant? Make it the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
Justin mentioned Pinterest. Cindy loves Pinterest. That's where she gets all of her ideas.
One second.
Yeah. I mean, you can go to so many sites and got like so many cool ideas. Mine was all just me thinking about it. I just wanted to live in the Fortress of Solitude, which I call the Fortress of Comitude.
Put that up there on the wall.
There you go.
I mean, I do technically have the Daily Bugle as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something. I thought about like getting like some small shelves in because I've got a few Spider-Man figures and that thing, the Daily Bugle thing, and just kind of putting it in between everything there. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I'll do something. Eventually.
I know that they have it. I'm not sure. You probably could get on eBay cheap. There's a Spider-Man figure that came out years ago. Really articulate, but it came with a clamp on like a vise, and it was a gargoyle.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man can hang from it and all that.
Right.
I have it somewhere in here. Maybe sometime in the show I can get it real fast because it's just like it has a little vise to it. You just clamp it on like the edge of a shelf, and then you can like hang Spider-Man from the gargoyle or sit him on top of it. You know.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Definitely. Awesome. Plans, man. We're making plans. We're gonna have all these cool spaces.
Also spectacular.
Spectacular. Amazing.
Yes.
Sensational.
What'd
you say, Chris?
Scotty mentioned making a TMNT hangout. I said if I got the basement of the new house, there's a turtle hangout.
Yeah, a whole sewer thing, like the whole opening and everything. That'd be cool. Could like do a circular door like a Hobbit hole. Only it's a sewer thing.
Build in beds right into the wall with pipes around it, and they'd be like their shelves.
There are a few awesome Star Trek ones, like where people put hydraulics in the doors, so like the doors open up and close. It even makes that shh noise, and then
oh, that'd be cool.
They have like now that because computers are everywhere and they have so many functions, you can actually have a real working LCARS system on it and all, which is the computer system for Star Trek computers. If people don't know that, LCARS is the name of the software that's on all the starships computers. So like those little graphics you see, that's all called LCARS, and I've seen a lot of them. They're really cool. There's one guy who bought a loft and he's selling it now. It's like I think it was either TNG or Voyager. So, like you can look it up on like YouTube and all that, and on just Google it and you'll see images of it. Like it's fantastic the way that they did it. That's a lot of dedication to do that.
Yeah. Scotty said, We need a Comic Frontline hideout with bowling alley, pool table, and Death Ray.
I'll tell you right now, if we ever did a Comic Frontline hangout, knowing Jay and me, we'd probably make it look like the Justice League headquarters, like right in the center.
The satellite, yeah.
No, not
or the Hall of
satellite.
Justice.
The Hall of Justice, baby, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
I have some of the trophy room stuff. I've got the Kryptonite. I'm sure Jay has everything else. I've got Superman's cape. Nobody's touching it. And I got Thor's hammer. I've got enough stuff to make a trophy room.
I have to say, as a predominantly Marvel fan and Spider-Man fan and all that, I have to say that the Hall of Justice is probably cooler than Avengers Mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, that I agree. Did you freeze?
No, I thought you did.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, man, that got no reaction.
No,
I'm admitting something DC's better than Marvel and no reaction.
I'm going to hum a little louder. Yeah, I agree.
That was weird.
Well, BRB, so that's why it was quiet.
Yeah. No, that's cool. He's probably went to grab that thing. I don't know. But we should talk about some comic book headlines. I like this. Never get to do this live. I'm having fun. I'm telling you, this is awesome.
This is why Brent wants to become like a DJ. What do you call those? The broadcasters at the radio station where you can just push.
Yeah, it's a DJ. Yeah.
It is DJ. Yeah. DJ.
That would be cool. I actually applied for that one time, like years and years ago. Didn't get it, but I did apply.
You as it's now to this day still. You should keep trying, or we'll just make a freaking website and we'll just do it that way.
Exactly.
But since Jay's away, this is something that's more mine and your territory.
And we were asked about it, or it was mentioned in the comments too.
Tevi is like going absolutely nuts about Otto, which I gotta say, amazing. Well, it's called Spider-Man PS4 because it's only out for the PS4, and believe me, Xbox and PC players have ripped the hell out of this game already. It's a freaking amazing game. I don't care. You can rip it apart and be bitter all you want. I mean, Sony owns Spider-Man right now. Duh, they're going to release it on their system, which, by the way, Brent, little hit points intervention right here. Yesterday, Sony made the statement that they're going to be the only console that does not believe in crossplay for their games. Only specific handpicked games they're okay with. Even with Fortnite, they said that they believe the best experience is on PlayStation. So PlayStation, unlike Xbox and PC and Steam and all the other awesome places you can play games, they are not believing in crossplay. But come last generation, when it was the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, Xbox was asked the same thing, and they turned it down. So you know what? It's because Xbox was on top. Now PlayStation's on top. Of course they're going to say no, because Xbox said no first. Everybody just forgets that when the 360 was on top and everybody wanted crossplay, the 360 people said absolutely not. Yeah. You get what goes around comes around. Now PlayStation's on top, and they're like, no, I don't want to do it now. Well, you had your chance, and you said no.
Yeah. But I mean, especially with Spider-Man, though, like you said, because they're doing the films, that makes sense to kind of keep it in-house.
Oh yeah, but I loved it. I watched it it took me forever to download the game because this is the first game we had to get digitally because physical copies sold out, and we had a pre-order and it was canceled. And of course, it was canceled last minute, so getting another physical copy was near impossible because everybody and their sister wants this game. So we ended up bending and getting it digitally. So we downloaded it. It took 4 hours last night, so I haven't had the chance to play it, but I did watch the first 5 minutes of it. I got to see Otto Octavius. I got to see how Pete looks. I got to see Spider-Man. Oh man, it looks beautiful. It looks like a beautiful game.
I want to play it. I don't have it yet, but I want to play it. Spider-Man, I mean, come on.
If you played Spider-Man 2, the movie one where it's open world and you're swinging around New York City.
I think I did, yeah.
Imagine that map, but times it by 4. You get the entire map of Manhattan to swing around it, and it's huge.
That's awesome. And
if you get the deluxe version, which we upgraded to, they're doing kind of like what Sea of Thieves is doing, but you have to pay for it. They're doing episodes. Black Cat
cool.
In the first episode.
Yeah.
They had 2 actors there last night at launch. I'm really excited to see this. Black Cat, there's going to be another event and then another one, and then probably they'll do a year 2 pass like every other game does. So
right.
Well, I'm excited. They're going to keep expanding the game. They're going to keep putting episodes in.
That's what I like when you keep a game where the playability, the replayability keeps increasing. That makes it worth it. Because they're so expensive, you got to make it like that. You got to make it where you can keep playing it.
Yeah, they're expensive, but then you got to remember you're paying an extra $30 a year for an expansion. So you're spending $60 for a game, but then you're adding 30 and another 30.
True.
Sorry, I had to get something.
Nah, that's cool. What'd you get? Ah, there it is.
This gargoyle see the little rope hanging, so you can hang him by his wrist.
That's awesome.
And real fast, because I just went through. This is from my nephew's toy box that's still here, and it's still here from my older nephew. So I have this guy. I don't know who he is, but he's a wrestler.
Oh, that looks like what is his name?
It's 7600.
He's a former football player. Dang it. He was a member of the Four Horsemen for a little bit.
Steve Wongo McMichael.
That's it.
And this one I know you guys know because we're talking about him.
Oh yeah.
Those are the two things I saw while I was looking for this guy. I saw that. While I was looking for this, I saw that. I was like, oh, let me show.
Oh, geez.
Cool.
Those are my nephew's toy box.
That guy, when I started watching WCW, he stopped wrestling. I think he wrestled like once or twice after I started watching.
Yeah, he started doing commentating.
Told you, my nephews have like every single wrestler ever made. So,
wow.
like, I know
never
there's
had
a
that
bunch
one.
more. There's a bunch more in there. Yeah. So I know there's like a whole bunch more, but I just grabbed the two that I saw real fast. I was like, oh, let me just grab these two. There's also some guy with like wild hair. His hair's like all the way up here. I guess, but he was. I just grabbed the two that I saw right there.
Yeah. That's cool. Scotty's very happy now. You mentioned wrestling. He was wanting to work it in.
Yeah, I just saw them. I was like, yeah, I'll bring them to show. But yeah, I just wanted to grab the. This was the reason why I did it, though.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that's awesome.
Justin, to answer your question, they do have the Spider-Man 2099 suit in the game. There are a total of, I think, 15 costumes to unlock, not counting the pre-order bonus ones, I think. So I do believe 2099 is one of the costumes, and I believe it does have a perk to it. I don't know what the perk is. Every new costume has a new perk. So I don't know, but I do believe that 2099 is there.
So speaking of Spider-Man, we should talk about the whole auto thing, I suppose.
We could. I don't mind.
But before we do, Brent, I just want to ask you a question to see if you know it. Do you know the name of the gargoyle?
The name of the gargoyle
that Spider-Man sits on. He named it.
Well,
I remember him naming it. I don't remember the name, though.
Bruce.
Bruce, yeah, that's right. Of course. Why wouldn't it be Bruce? That makes perfect sense.
Because it's supposed to be a nod at Batman always being on gargoyles, too. So.
Yeah, that's... Oh, man. I knew that. It was, like, back there somewhere. I can't pull it, like, out as fast as you can, Jay.
I knew you would know it. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, I remember it now. I have to be prompted a little bit. Jay's just like, boop, 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 boop. There it is. Jay's mind is a computer.
I just remember stupid things.
But Debbie has been ripping this in the comments for the past... How long have we been on? 33 minutes? So he's been ripping it. First, real quick, I will say I do like the way they made Otto in the game. I just want to throw that out there. I like that they made him less of a pompous, kind of like imbecile. And they made him like a really, not goofy scientist. He's a smart scientist. I thought at first it was Kurt Connors until he actually said his name. Because, I don't know, it felt like Spider-Man 2 Otto Octavius in a way from the movie. Or than the way they're portraying him in the comics. I like the Otto in the game verse. I like how, well, at least the intro. Obviously, he's going to become Doc Ock, and we'll see if he changes his personality. But I like the introduction a lot better than the snarky, pompous, the die is cast.
Yeah. I wonder with the series, which is going to follow the Superior Octopus one, so it's going to be out later, right?
I think Superior Octopus is just the one shot, and then this comes out after that.
Is it ongoing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says it's
I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna make sure Debbie.
hold on, I'll grab the press release right now. So this way.
It's a cool looking cover. I've always liked the Superior Spider-Man costume.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm okay with it. I think the only physical books we're getting right now are Superman, Spider-Man. I'll put Superior in there, no problem. As long as it's separate.
You're not losing Peter. He's still in the other two books.
Right, exactly. It's basically another Spider-Man.
I wonder if it's going to be like the Spider-Gwen situation where you don't actually call him Spider-Man, but that's just what you call the book.
I don't think they're going to call him Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think they will. Because, I mean, think about Ben. He's Scarlet Spider still.
Yeah. I don't know.
Superior Spider. I can live with that. As long as it's not dead and it's not the original Dan Slott storyline.
All right, it says, this December, Otto Octavius will leave the moniker of Dr. Octopus behind and forever become the Superior Spider-Man. The new ongoing series will be penned by Christos Gage, Spider-Geddon, with art by Mike Hawthorne, Deadpool, a collaboration that will also mark a renewal of Hawthorne's Marvel exclusive. Then it has a quote about him saying about how great Marvel is, Hawthorne. And it says, under the spectacular storytelling of Gage and Hawthorne, Otto will prove one way or the other that he is the most effective superhero in the world. And if you think you've already read the most intense Superior Spider-Man story, think again. This is the tale like none other. Yeah, so there's going to be some, competition. Like, he's going to be trying to prove that he's the best Superior, that he's the best Spider character out there.
I like that they kind of took Otto. I mean, I like how they took Lex Luthor and put him in the gray area for a time in the DC universe. I feel like with Otto, especially after the original Superior Spider-Man series, he definitely fits in that gray area now where, yeah, he's still a jerk, but he's trying to be a jerk for the right reasons now.
Yeah.
He's just conceited.
Yeah.
That's all. There's a lot of conceited heroes out there. He's just another one now. And he's got a new lease on life. And
his villain, to be fair, Dr. Octopus did die. The body is dead. So he has a new body. It's like a brand new, you get like a brand new start. So you can't even say it ruins continuity. It doesn't. That Doc Ock is dead and buried. That body.
Yeah, that body is. This is a clone body that is sort of like this child of Peter Parker and Otto Octavius.
Yeah, it's kind of basically Superboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't mind it.
Otto and Spidey. Oh God.
Yeah, because he used his DNA and he used the Spider-Man DNA.
And he still has Pete in his brain also a little bit, like his morality.
Well, that's just from trying to be Peter that he picked up some of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he still has a part of him in there. It's just like from being there and hearing trying to be Peter Parker and living up to what Peter Parker did, he learned to be it a little bit.
It'll just be interesting to see how they make that transition because I mean he went all Hydra, and then you got to transition him back to being a hero, and then it's gonna be. And I enjoyed Superior Spider-Man regardless of all the now he's not Peter. Now Peter's there.
Yeah.
So you could do some really interesting stuff with him.
Exactly. And we haven't. It's not like we haven't seen a darker Spider-Man before. We had Kane. We had Ben now, who was
still have Kane
a little bit darker. Yeah, I mean, Kane had his own book. Now he shares a book with Ben. But I mean, and Kane was a lot darker than he is now. I mean, Kane was the original Dark Spider-Man. Like he was the original one. And then we had again, Peter Parker gave him a wash. He told him, everything's forgiven from this point on. You have a brand new lease with me. So don't screw it up. So I'm looking forward to see how this pans out because Peter did that with what's his name too. And I wonder if it's still going to be in New York or not. Like I'm sure he will be because he's not going to want to leave Anna Maria.
Yeah, exactly. Probably. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to hate on it, until I read it, of course. And like I said, I like the original one, so I'll probably enjoy it. So they're not killing Spider-Man again, so it's all good. So calm down, Tevye.
Besides, Tevye, relax. I mean, they're just crowding the market with Venom right now because of the movie instead of Otto Octavius from the game. I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this on my review. My review's late. I apologize to everybody. I was really sick. Today's the first day I'm back online, so I'll have my review probably tomorrow instead of today, like I said. I love Mark Bagley's artwork, but I'm not reading 4 Venom books. I don't even want to read the main Venom book really anymore. No way.
They're doing too much Venom, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not reading any of them.
There you go.
I haven't read a single Venom book. Yeah.
You gotta laugh. Marvel's releasing Venom. They're releasing 5 Venom books. DC's releasing Captain Marvel, 1 Shazam book. He's not on any teams. He's not anywhere else. 1 book. 1.
Well, it's the 30th anniversary of Venom. So that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They call this the year of Venom.
Yeah.
That's what Marvel called it in the beginning of the year. They said 2018 is the year of Venom. You're going to see all kinds of. That's why we got all those Poison stories, all those events. The Venomverse, all that stuff. That all came out of the year of Venom.
Well, for one, I love Mark Bagley's artwork. The book looks gorgeous. I'm only mentioning the first issue because of Mark Bagley. Other than that,
that's probably all he would do. Because Mark Bagley is known for being that tease.
His art is beautiful. Come on.
I'm saying he's known for being that tease where Marvel's like, oh, the first issue or 2 or maybe 3, however long that it's like they'll do like a short arc for him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're switching artists.
Web of Venom Nom, and then there's Web of Venom with Carnage, and there's Venom, and then there's
Well, Web of Venom Carnage is just a one shot.
Oh,
just
it is
like the Web of, just like the last one was, and then there's going to be another one. It's the Web of Venom is all one shots, so all those are one shots, and then Venom's first host is a mini series, and you got Venom ongoing.
With Bagley, he was on Ultimate Spider-Man so long that I think he just got burned out on doing it. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll just do 2 or 3 issues, then I'm done."
Yeah, either that or he can't keep up with the monthly schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of artists they fail. They're like, I can't do a monthly schedule. Look at Jim Lee used to do monthly schedules all the time, and then he was just falling farther and farther back, and now he just doesn't do anything.
Right. Exactly.
Which is understandable because he's also running a company.
Right. Exactly. Just that little thing. Just a little thing. Yeah. Just running a company. That's all.
Expanded into a whole new territory this year. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's earned not having to do that much though. After so many years of giving us a lot of great stuff. Same thing with Bagley, whatever. I never know how to say it. So the other piece of news we had was Captain Marvel released for Captain Marvel. They released some set photos and the costume.
Marvel movie Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel movie Captain Marvel.
I know it's got. I know Tevye always says about Shazam.
Carol Danvers, the Carol Danvers movie.
Yeah, just so people out there don't think we're talking about the Shazam movie.
Yeah, and they released that Entertainment Weekly cover with her costume in the proper color, so we know it's going to transition from the green to the red and blue, which is really cool.
They had to do that because the fans were going ape.
I think they were always going to do that, though.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I said that when they released them. I said I think the green and black are going to be like the 1990s, which it looks like because
it looks like a team uniform. Because if you notice that one
standard. This looks like the standard Kree military uniform.
Right.
And then I guess when we go back to the present day, that's when she adopts her own coloring.
They made Samuel L. Jackson look super young in this.
Yeah, they've gotten really good with that technology lately. I've seen it a few times, done really well. They're doing a good job with that stuff.
Yeah, they're getting creepy with that. It's what's gonna be the line that you're gonna draw? Like what? You can bring dead people back and and use them. You can because there was the whole young Princess Leia. So that showed that you could use old footage and redo it and work it out to new footage, because that's what they did. They took Carrie Fisher from when she was younger, and spoiler for, I think, what was it, Rogue One? Yeah, Rogue One. They used it for and they made a whole new scene with it. Carrie Fisher was still alive, but I'm saying, like, they can go back in archives and just like use that as a layer over a new actor or actress, and
It's crazy.
That's kind of creepy, you know. Just imagine, especially for people who don't like the deals that don't say that, because a lot of film deals are in perpetuity, you know, so they can use your likeness for as long as they own the rights to that movie.
All I can say, Jay, is all around me are familiar faces, because it's a mad world.
Yes. I got the reference.
Yeah, I know you did. That was for everybody else out there that may not have. But oh man, yeah. No, I think overall though, the set photos, they're getting me hyped for it. I'm excited to see, because we haven't. I mean, since Captain America, we haven't seen that period piece. We haven't gone back in time and kind of dealt with that. And I'm really curious about, you know, the scrolls and how they're going to integrate that.
They want more singing.
They want more singing.
Singing. I said Brent singing.
Yeah. You gotta. I gotta like just give it a little tease here and there, so you know, and make you anticipate it.
I say we get a whole live show.
Huh?
Hello. It's John C.
There you go, Scotty. But no, I think it's going to be a fun film. I mean, it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. They're usually good.
Yeah.
And their first female lead, so I mean that's
I think it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be good. I like the way the the Skrulls look.
Yeah.
And they look really interesting. And also I like the that they're kind of going to tease about how Nick Fury lost his eye. I think.
Yeah,
it's like you see the Band-Aid over the eye. So like, or like I think like the whole movie, the flashbacks or '90s scenes or whatever are going to be like hinting at how he lost his eye. You know, like oh my god. You know, like how they did with Misty,
right?
In what was it? Was it?
It was in Defenders, right? Defender and Luke Cage. What are you talking about? It was it was season 1 of Luke Cage. You're talking like how they
when I think she got like shot or something like that.
Yeah, in the shoulder, in the right shoulder, and and there was all these,
making you think, oh my god, she's gonna lose an arm, and then she never did. It was Luke Cage. That's right. But I think that's what they're going to do with his eye. Like, make us think that he's losing his eye because he has the Band-Aid over that eye, you know? So
that would be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I can't wait now. I'm excited about it. It looks really cool. I'm really I'm anticipating if they do Secret Invasion and how they're going to do that. I want to see them do that on the screen. Because I think they could do some cool stuff with that, and it's Lisa and I were kind of talking about the other day, like who could the Skrulls be? Like who could they have taken the place of? And I'm like, well, you know, the obvious choice would be Nick Fury. He'd be one of them.
Yeah,
he'd be an obvious choice to replace, and like Black Widow maybe would be a good one. And
that would even explain why she went blonde.
yeah, that's true. So I mean, there's so many opportunities.
Hawkeye, because he was missing from the last movie, so
exactly.
Like, what is he doing now? Like maybe he was replaced.
They could bring Quicksilver back. If he can do anything.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, there's a whole lot that, especially with what's coming up on the universe. Like, so I think what they have, because now they officially own Fox, and they have the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four. I think we're gonna see a lot more of the Skrulls. Like Super Skrull will be coming back in there now. Like you can use Super Skrull.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. They can use Super Skrull, and they can. Man, there's so many things they can do. It's cool to be a Marvel movie fan.
All I heard was Super Skrull, and the first thing that popped into my mind was Fantastic Four introduction.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, now that they have them, they can use Super. Well, you have to do Fantastic Four before you do Super Skrull. Otherwise, Super Skrull has no reason to exist.
Not necessarily. They could. I mean, I would prefer it done that way.
They could introduce the version like the guy before he becomes Super Skrull, but he's literally based off the powers of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm saying they could introduce them with the powers and then kind of like backdoor reference that's they could kind of reference the Fantastic Four to how like these powers are similar to this family, blah blah blah. They could do it like that. It would be clunky, but
yeah, I'd rather them like just do it full out. Like this is the Fantastic Four, and then they create him like they did in the comic books to battle the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that'd be a better way to go. I agree with Scotty too. Fantastic Four would be a sweet credit scene. That'd be awesome.
All you have to do is just like have a mail delivered to the Four Freedoms Plaza, like the Baxter Building. That's all you have to do is just have the mail delivered there and say Reed Richards.
Yeah, and I have to say I've been thinking about it more and more since we did our casting call with JLS Comics. I really would like to see John Krasinski be Mr. Fantastic. I think that would really work. I've been watching him in Jack Ryan lately too, and it's just like I'm liking this guy even more because I didn't really watch The Office, so I've only seen like random episodes. Mm-hmm. So A Quiet Place was like my real first solid introduction to him, and then Jack Ryan, and I'm just like, yeah, this guy's got some chops. I think he can pull this off, and he kind of looks like that kind of character, especially if you go back to like Ian Grofold from the previous movies. It's a similar look in a way, so I think it'd be good casting.
Yeah, and now that Iron Fist, we can't use what's her name either. Eve. What's her name?
Yeah,
Alice Eve. Yeah, because she's casting Iron Fist now. So, but yeah, there's so much cool stuff that they can do with Marvel now. It is really a good time to be a Marvel fan, and with these new properties actually came in at the perfect time too, because everybody's like aging out their contracts.
Yeah.
So now you can move the focus from them to the new people, the new franchise.
When you say it's a good time to be a Marvel fan, are you talking about the cinematic universe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I said Marvel movie.
Chris was about to go on a rant.
Brand said it earlier, so I was just referencing what Brand said. I was like, being a Marvel movie fan.
I just love that. Chris was like, are you saying the movie? He was like, I'm about to enter rant mode. Let's go.
The comic verse, I don't know if I could agree with that.
I'm pulling a Casey from Big Brother Jay. Let's go.
I ain't gonna fight nobody on it. All I read from Marvel right now is Spider-Man X-23. I dropped Avengers recently. There's another book I'm reading. I know there's another ongoing. Extinction and the minis don't count.
Astonishing is really fun.
Astonishing is fun. I didn't like this issue.
Astonishing. I heard it got better. I got to get back to Astonishing maybe.
Yeah, Astonishing changed once they changed it to Havoc's book.
Okay.
It's a lot more fun.
It's like 3 issues in, Chris, I think, of the new
That's fine. 3 issues and I can catch up.
Well, it's like 3 or 4 maybe.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
I can still catch up with that, but I mean, if it's like 10 issues in, then that would.
No, it's only like 3 or 4 issues in. It's a really cool book. It's a different take than what we had the last time. Like the last time was all about Mr. X, becoming Professor X becoming Mr. X or X, whatever he's called now.
I don't know why, but it's just I feel very disconnected. Hulk, Cap, I'm really having a hard time connecting back with.
Yeah, me too.
I like Thor. Don't get me wrong. This first arc, though, I
dropped it. I dropped it 2 issues in.
I'm sorry, Justin. I know Justin's gonna be like, "How?"
I know.
I couldn't connect with it.
I couldn't either. But I'm not the hugest Thor fan either, so I'm kind of like Cat.
True.
It feels like he's been doing this story. It feels like he's been doing this story, Aaron, since like when was he first on this book? Like
years ago.
Like 2013 or something.
3 different versions of Thor.
Yeah.
I'm saying like it's been too long. Like it feels like the story's just done. Like I want a traditional Thor story. Just like stop this whole past, future, present stuff.
Yeah,
just give me a solid Thor story.
I understand he's like trying to make this his Thor opus. I understand that, but
it's been too long.
unless you're like just a huge Jason Aaron fan or a huge Thor fan, it's lost me a long
I mean,
time ago. I
I'm
keep
both.
trying.
I'm a Thor fan and I'm a Jason Aaron fan.
Oh,
I
just
just-
freeze.
I just-
I'm with you on the first 4 issues of Thor. Waiting for issue 5 for the future Thor.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
just want like them to stop that and like just go back to the traditional Thor story. Like just get back to the traditional stuff because I think that's where Thor shines. But Jason Aaron likes to play this whole past, future, present thing out, and it's been so long that it's just too much. That's why I think like he did a better job with Jane because it was just a traditional Thor-esque story, but with Jane as Thor. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's back to what he's been doing. And like I'm not a big fan of it.
So,
Yeah.
CJ, I do have a question. Speaking of old books I stopped reading, how's Scarlet Spider doing? Because I dropped that a
Oh
long
man.
Pretty much
Yeah.
the same thing.
Same thing? Okay, glad I stopped.
Yeah, glad I stopped too.
Yeah, it's just pretty much the same thing. He's trying to find a cure for the little girl.
Still?
Yeah,
Chris and simultaneously still?
yeah. Because they
Wow.
took a break. They took a break in the middle because of the whole
Crossover with Daredevil.
damnation,
Oh, okay.
damnation thing, and then they went back to it.
Oh,
But yeah,
That's messed up.
That's-
I think I dropped it like around issue 12 or something. They were
I
still
can't
messed
stop
up.
supporting Ben. I have to support him so they don't kill him.
he being
I
good.
know.
Yeah, they-
I'm-
And I would feel like I killed Ben if I stop buying the
I
book
just-
and they cancel it and kill him.
I can't read it, Jay. I just
I
can't. It's
don't
terrible.
blame you. I don't blame you. It's
So
not
bad.
a great book. It's not. I
How's
think they need better. I think they
Powell?
need someone else writing it, and they need a better direction for him.
Yeah.
Like get
I
him
agree.
off of this whole path of redemption thing. Have him go back to being the fun Spider-Man again,
Mhm.
because that's what made him so fun in the '90s. That's
Right.
why he became my favorite Spider-Man because Peter Parker was being like so down and depressing. Then
Right.
Ben came and he was like, "This is Spider-Man again," you know.
Exactly. I agree.
So-
I completely agree. That's why I fell in love with the character too. But
Yeah, bring
this is
that
not
guy
that character.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, bring that guy back, and you know, they just need a new writer and a new creative, like a whole new creative outlook on the character.
So,
Yeah.
and then now speaking of the way Spider-Man was, my last question: how is Renew Your Vows? I haven't read that.
Renew Your Vows is taking a dive, I think. I don't
Yeah.
think it's the art especially.
Honestly, it's the same as the whole 8 years later since that whole thing started.
I dropped it around 8 years later. I just read the first 2 issues, and then I'm like, God, this is going to be a
But-
anime story.
They also changed the art, and the last few
Yeah.
issues, the art has been really bad. It's been really rough.
Again, glad I dropped it when I did.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be this whole clone thing, and it's not a clone thing. It's an experiments on other people thing. Like,
Yeah, that whole storyline fell apart for me.
So basically, they're destroying the universe where Spider-Man gets. Well, you know what? Nick Spencer looks like he's trying to fix what Joe Quesada still won't allow to happen. But you know,
I
We'll
think
see.
Marvel might do it just because they need people back
think
on
about
that.
the fan backlash. Clark and Lois are back together unless Bendis screws that up. Wally
No, if you read DC, what's the magazine?
DC Nation.
Nation.
DC Nation 4, you'll get a little insight on why Lois is back and what's going on with
When did
Lois.
it come out? When did it come out? This Wednesday.
It
Yeah.
came out this Wednesday. Yeah.
All right, I'll get it in my order. I'm getting it
Mhm.
this weekend, so I'll get it probably tomorrow. Okay, so I'll read that. But I mean, you got Barry and Iris, Wally, slowly getting back with his girlfriend. Thank you, Jay. And there's just so many couples.
Yeah,
back
Iris
together.
remembers being Mrs. Barry. Well, she remembers being Iris West Allen.
Now the Fantastic Four, the first family in Marvel, is coming back.
Well, no, I just think Marvel knows that they had no good faith for fans right now, except for bringing back the Fantastic Four. Like that's their
Yeah.
big. This is a sign of good faith for us,
Yeah.
and that's just bringing back one character. I think if they do this, this could be like a whole. If they do this right, they could plot this out and market it and make it a whole campaign.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
You have
could
to
bring a
fight the system.
whole bunch of people
Yeah.
back to
I
Marvel.
agree, but you can't just get them remarried again. You have to re-inject Mephisto.
Yeah,
and have that contract destroyed first before you really bring them.
Well, you only have to have the contract destroyed. If they remember it on their own, nothing happens.
That's true.
The contract is void. Like the whole thing was like if they reconnect and fall in love again, then that's just their love is so strong that they redone it.
Yeah.
That does not, because I know Tevye keeps thinking that like if they fall back in love, then Aunt May has to die, or if Aunt May dies, they get to fall back in love.
No, remember
it's not.
The deal was that they separate and they have to find themselves again.
They would forget that the marriage would cease to exist. They would forget all about it. Everyone would forget about it, and Aunt May would live. But it never says that they can't fall in love again.
Yeah, and it's not like they've forgotten that they were together. They know they were together.
Yeah, they just don't know that they were married.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just know that. I don't even know if they know why they broke up. It was just like we broke up, you know.
Yeah.
And now they're back together. So it would be interesting to like have, especially like you can even make the story like one final day or something like that. You know, making another play on those words, and then have them fall in love again, and then remember it, and then have to go through all the process.
The wedding's back, you know, all the status quo for Spider-Man and Mary Jane is back the way it was.
Well, no, they would still have to get remarried because you know to them they weren't together. Like she was dating people, he was dating people. You know, where I think Superman did it the best way that Superman had to, which was just bring it all back. You know,
magic and Mitzvah. Yep.
Do it through Infinity Wars. Rewrite reality again.
Oh my God! Let's not go.
You know how many times they could have written reality like 6 times in the last 2 years?
I know.
I'd just like to point out though that picture that was shared about Guardians of the Galaxy, where you got to see Gamora and everybody else together. That was a Guardians of the Galaxy.
One of them would die.
You already, huh?
Oh, you didn't hear that? One of the Guardians are going to die.
Oh, that's what the picture's for.
Yeah. The email that came for that, let me get that up.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part either. I saw the picture.
I thought that they were bringing a Guardians book back with all of those characters.
That's what I assumed.
No, it says who will die. I think that was just, it was like one of those, Brant knows what they are. It's like Marvel sends out these like little teaser emails, or like it's just like one line or one word and it has the image.
Right.
And that's all it says. It doesn't say any actual information.
Yeah, but that's so.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting up that email. Let me get my email up. So I had to go log into that one.
DC rarely does that. We got one, and that's the one that's coming out in this new event. Oh God, why is it leaving me? The new event that's coming out though.
Heroes in Crisis.
Yes, we got one. Once in the past 11 years, one time where they put 5 characters, and one of these characters are gonna die. Marvel does these one-liners every other month.
I wouldn't say it's been 11 years, but yeah, they used to do it a lot more before the New 52.
Right? Yeah. Oh, absolutely, they did. That it used to be the same thing. It got frustrating. It's like, come on, really? We're doing another one of these?
Yeah. The line says, "One will fall," and then it says, "This December, Infinity Wars: Fallen Guardian #1," and then it's by Jerry Duggan, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Andy McDonald and RB Sylvia. So Andy McDonald does the art, RB does the cover, and it's December 2018. And it says one will fall. It has a weird looking group. I'm sorry, that's just like very weird looking. Drax, Gamora, Star-Lord, and Rocket.
It'll be Drax. My vote's for Drax.
So it probably a one shot. They could do that, especially since what's his name got all high and mighty with them, so they could kill him in the comic books and be like, "Well, we're killing you in movie 2."
Yeah, Batista. Yeah,
Batista.
Well, Batista, I stand by what he's saying about James Gunn. Again, I don't think James Gunn should have been fired for something he said 10.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, in Hollywood, like you don't try to put your it's cool that he's doing that by putting himself out there, but also you got to think about your future.
No, you're right.
You don't want to be blackballed.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%, Jay. But Brant will back me up on this. He does this with WWE.
Oh, I know. Brant mentioned that before about this isn't something that is new to him, which again I respect him for it, but dude got family.
Yeah, exactly. And I could see like if he is done with the Marvel films after his commitment, that they kind of phase Drax out of the movies, they would phase him out of the comics because that's just what Marvel does. Yeah.
And then he'll go back to wrestling, and we'll see Dave Bautista's big return for 2 years.
Yeah, or he'll just live off his Marvel money and be happy, because I'm sure he's doing pretty well.
Oh yeah, I'm very sure he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of Marvel cinematics, it's topic time.
Topic time. It's topic time.
All right. So our topic is the season premiere episode, season 2 premiere of Iron Fist. We all watched the first episode today, so we could talk about it. So we're only talking about the first episode. If you have not watched it yet, we probably will spoil a little bit of it. So just be forewarned. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I'll keep talking until you find it. So yeah, just be warned if you haven't watched that first episode. We'll be talking about. We haven't seen any more than that. I don't know if Jay has or not, but
no, I limited myself to the one episode, even though I had to watch it all for Wednesday.
That's not the right one.
That is not the right one. Yeah. So well, thank you for that. So yeah, we'll.
Found it.
There you go.
Is this what Chris is trying to get?
Stop!
Wait, I forgot. I turned down my volume.
There you go.
I think Lisa might be watching us because I think I hear it in the other room. The siren. That's funny.
That's
there
good.
You go. Yeah. You have been warned. Okay. We're good.
Yeah, you need the official Star Trek one.
I don't know why, but the buttons don't stop sometimes when I try to get them to stop.
Rogue buttons. So yeah, season 2 premiere, and just to put it out there, I know a lot of people, especially even viewers on Frontline, were not fans of the first season.
Yeah,
we liked the first season.
Yeah, all three of us did.
Yeah, we were the weird ones
too. So I think and I don't know about Mike, but most of the Frontline likes it.
Yeah. So we're going in like hyped and happy, and I think Chris and I both really like Defenders. I can't remember if you did or not, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it to a point. I just thought there were problems with it, but it was good.
Yeah. So where we left off, just to kind of recap a little bit, Kunlun has disappeared. You go through the whole Defenders thing, so the Hand is supposedly, at least for now, defeated and gone.
Yeah, I would think, just a real briefly before you say that, Defenders was like season 1.5 for Iron Fist, because he really played a huge role in Defenders, I feel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was mainly an Iron Fist Daredevil story,
right?
And the Hand was established in both of those, and kind of carried over. So, yeah, Kunlun gone, the Hand gone, Colleen and Iron Fist are together. He's got Rand, Joy teaming up with Davos. They're out of the picture for now. They've gone away, and Ward is kind of doing the day-to-day operations, and that's kind of where we're at. Did I forget anything, Jay? Like an important?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Him and Colleen are living together. They're a couple. They're official couple.
Yeah. And the dojo's gone. She's working at some kind of community center. They've turned the dojo into a full apartment, it looks like. At least from the first episode. I don't know.
Yeah.
They didn't show any of that in the first episode. So that's kind of.
I didn't see anything past that either. Because I didn't want to.
I thought they did show the dojo in the first episode. Towards the end.
No, what we're saying is it's not a dojo anymore. It's just her apartment.
It's just her apartment. Yeah, their apartment.
It's their apartment because you see computer screens in the same room instead of it's set up different. It's the same building, but instead of having a dojo space, it looks like just regular living quarters.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, so we open this one up, and it's kind of slow at first. You just got Iron Fist and Colleen, and he's like taking out there's an armored truck that's being robbed, and Iron Fist kind of comes out with a mask, a yellow mask, which was kind of foreshadowing because we know we've seen that he's going to have some form of a costume later on. So that was kind of cool to see, and you know that he's still doing the vigilante thing. You get the impression that Colleen has stepped away from that. She doesn't want any part of it.
He's doing the vigilante thing because Daredevil died, so he feels it's his responsibility. Well, died in Defenders. So his responsibility to kind of take up the mantle of Hell's Kitchen Defender.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he's protecting the city.
And because it's also his duty as Iron Fist, because Kunlun fell, but New York is still there, so he's kind of making New York his new Kunlun,
right?
In the manner of speaking. Yeah.
So this whole episode was kind of bringing him, kind of setting the stage and bringing him back into it, and kind of pulling Colleen back into it as well, and planting the seeds of this whole Davos Joy Meacham thing, whatever they're planning. And she's sly about it. She organizes this meeting with Ward and Danny to buy her out, and Ward's totally against it, but Danny, gullible as ever, falls for it. And then there's this confrontation with Davos at some point, and both Davos and Joy are kind of like trying to give him a second chance or whatever, but really they want to see him fall. And that's the basis of it. And then you've got like all the different gangs now that the Hand is not in control. All the different, the Triad and the Hatchets and all this stuff. All these other gangs are coming to the forefront again, and they're trying to claim their piece. And now Colleen and Iron Fist have to kind of take it to them. So that's really the bulk of what we got.
Interrupt you 2 seconds. SM Down says chat's in slow mode.
I don't know what that means.
If you go into the chat, you can fix it. I don't think it's in slow mode, SM Down.
I don't know. For me, it's working okay.
Yeah, it's working for me too.
You got live chat. I went to live chat, and it's all working.
Yeah. Make sure you're in live chat, SM Down. Because
don't go. Yeah, change it from top chat. I had it on top chat at first, and I was like, "What? Why are my replies not showing up?"
Yeah,
Justin mentioned that earlier too, and I was like, "I don't. It's not."
Yeah, I didn't know what he meant by that. Cause
there's no slow mode on YouTube anyway. I don't think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I think that's only Twitch that has slow mode.
Let me see. Let me chat in here a little bit.
Actually, it's in slow mode. Tevia says, "I don't." That's weird.
It's in YouTube has a slow mode. Wow.
I just typed it. It came right up for me. Like 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just typed 8 messages.
They're all coming through for me right now. I'm seeing all those.
I seen them all, like as Chris was saying it. Like everything was coming up.
Yeah, let us know if you're seeing those, everybody.
Let me see how it comes up on the phone.
Yeah, check that.
I see. Okay. Type something in there. Hi. Scotty did the PIZZA.
Yeah, that's right now. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah. So both of my screens are showing it because I got it on my phone and I got it on there, and both of them are showing it perfectly fine. So I don't know. Maybe it's something else. Only
for the audience. But
I'm the audience.
Yeah, Jay tried it on his phone. So
let me go into a different. I'm gonna go into
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I know where I want to go. I'm gonna go into incognito mode, and I'm not gonna go onto any thing. So just let me.
Right, I'm doing the same thing just to make sure.
You can go on Frontline, Brad. Check the chat option.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, because like right now I'm a moderator, so maybe that could be it.
Right.
But I'm going on as a regular person who's just in there now. Like I don't even have any name.
Yeah. Chris, type something right now.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, they're coming through. I'm in incognito, and they're coming through right now.
When you see it says say something. Slow mode is on.
Yeah, it does say that. But things are coming through.
I think it's wrong. I think it's saying slow mode is on, but it's not. Because if I could type 8 messages, that's not slow mode.
Yeah,
just type just type something. Chris, just type hi right now, and tell me when you hit enter.
And, oh, okay. Wait, let me do it again. I'm hitting enter now.
It came up. I see it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, so even though it says slow mode is on, it still came up.
Scotty's going super rapid now, and it's coming through.
Yeah.
I've got.
Oh yeah, I see Q. Sorry, I've seen it all. So even that's with that. I don't know why it says slow mode is
slow
on.
mode is on. I don't know. I'll have to check. We'll have to check at the next Frontline. Whichever person does the live show, we'll check it out.
Yeah, we apologize if it is doing that. It was
maybe you guys just think it's slow mode, but it's going on right. I mean,
we never activated slow mode. I mean, we're not.
Yeah.
We don't have 1 million viewers to have to worry about.
Yeah, and I didn't change any settings when I launched this.
I think maybe YouTube did that so people won't be trolling it as much.
Maybe. I have no idea.
Like when they do those like big live streams and people are like thousands of people are talking at once, maybe they did it for that. Yeah. And that's why it's on there now.
Yeah, Tevia, it has nothing to do with us being a mod, though. We tried it in incognito windows when we weren't signed into anything, and it was still coming up just as fast. So
yeah, I went into like as if I was a nobody, like I was just some random person at YouTube.com and went on there. I wasn't even signed into a Google account.
Right.
So
same. So
yeah, I'm on the screen right now. I'm on Frontline and I'm on the screen. Enable slow mode is not checked, so it must be a glitch.
It just says that it's not actually.
I think it's just. I think it's just. I think it's just so when people start typing really, really fast, like in those like, oh, there's like 1,000 people in the chat, and you're like spamming the thing. You know, like what happened with the DC Universe live show. I think it's something like that. So this way, those people won't be able to type as fast, maybe. But yeah, we got a lot of people like Tevia. Hit or Legend Storm write something, so because I know you're not in mod, so can you write something? Just type anything.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, just for any listeners out there that are listening to the IO version of this, I'm gonna try to remember to cut this out, but if I don't, this is all a YouTube thing. That's so I apologize for that.
Yeah, it doesn't come up that slow. Like it doesn't come up. I think it's just so people don't have that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I've never seen that before.
And I'm already requesting a manual review because apparently YouTube's already said limited or no ads.
Wow, really? What do we?
Yeah. They just do that to all. They do that to all of them now. Like every single live show I do, which is everything. Like even if I do a 10-minute review of Ninja Storm, like it comes up right away. You got it. It's not suitable for all advertisers, and you got to do a manual review. Yeah. So it's just YouTube being YouTube now. So yeah, YouTube, so it's not really affecting.
YouTube, you're making it harder for me to defend you when people are saying this is a dying website. It's not dying, but you're killing us. You're killing me. You're killing me, guys. Come on, Smalls. Come on. You're killing me, Smalls.
All right, so getting back to Iron Fist, and again, we'll just say because. We're talking a few spoilers here. If this is on a slow thing or whatever, if we don't get to address your questions right away, we apologize. But
okay, that's the downside. So every time I type something, there's a timer that comes up and won't let me write till it finishes. Oh,
really? That's weird. I don't know. We'll have to look into it next time we do a live show. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. Like
yeah, I tried to go into. Yeah,
I can
there's no setting.
We're not doing slow mode.
Yeah,
there's no setting on here that says to add it. There's no setting that says to take it off. I mean, there's just all we have is the wrench that it says up top. It just says participants toggle timestamps, send feedback. That's it. And then over on the live chat thing, it says live chat or top chat. So
yeah, there's nothing.
I don't know what it is, but
sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
we apologize, but it's something we can do.
Yeah. So back to Iron Fist. So that's pretty much the main points that occurred in the first episode. I want to address one thing real quick. because it was a point of contention for that first season. I thought the choreography, the fighting choreography, took a major step up in this one.
Oh yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, just every scene, every fighting scene there was, I thought it was totally on point. I thought Finn Jones did an excellent job kind of improving himself. I know you specifically, Jay, pointed out a few things in that first season as far as his choreography. Being
Yeah,
like a
what
little,
everyone has to really remember is that he had like 3 days, I think, before they
Yeah.
start shooting.
for that
From the
first.
time he got on there, from the time he got a job to the time he start shooting, he only had a couple of days. So, yeah, he was coming off of another project and they wanted him to start right away. They would have delayed it a little bit and given him enough time to train.
Mhm.
It would have been different, but they didn't. So, this time they did step up the training. I mean, you can see it.
Right. Yeah, no, I thought that was really good. I'm just trying to see. They're still talking about the slow chat thing. There's nothing we can do, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, what did you think about it, Chris? The choreography.
In the first season, I
No,
thought
in this one,
in this
in
season,
comparison, yeah.
in comparison, the first season, I felt like I was wowed by it. I'm sorry. I'm not somebody who watches TV often enough to say it was horrible choreography. I liked it. Could it have been better? Definitely. Was it good though? I liked it. So this season, from this first episode, it definitely stepped up in my opinion. But they had more time practice. I mean, you had Defenders and season 1 of Iron Fist for everybody to kind of get into it. So now you're in like year 3, technically. So
I think they were filming Defenders while they were filming Iron Fist season 1. They were filming both.
exactly.
Slow mode is off.
I just figured out how to turn it off, so it was turned on somehow. I don't know. So sorry about that, guys. So it's fixed now.
Must be a default thing.
Yeah, it
Must have been a default thing. So
All right, so we'll have to check next time and make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to leave Frontline now so we can continue our conversation.
All right. SM Down says, you guys say Colleen is not being... Oh, were you reading that too, Jay?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Not being a vigilante
Vigilante,
now.
I think
That
that's
sucks.
vigilante.
She was the best part of the season. Season 1, why do these like taking away the best parts? Jessica Jones Kilgrave, Colleen not fighting a lot sucks. I think it was
so far in this episode.
Yeah, she fought a lot in this episode. I think it was
more of like an off-screen thing. Like,
yeah,
you know, between seasons, she wasn't fighting. Now she's being pulled back in.
Yeah, they talked of she kind of hinted to it. It was what happened in Defenders with Misty.
Yeah,
is kind of what
chopped off the guy's head.
Yeah, which is what made her want to pull away from that. But halfway through the episode, she's like, I still found the fight, and Iron Fist tells her, no, the fight found you. And so she's pulled back into that world really quick. So she's definitely going to be involved now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even when you see the trailer, you've seen her getting into the scrapes.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't see anything changing with Miss Colleen. I think it was just like, it's like that. Like every time I try to get out, they pull me back in type moment. And it was a good moment for the show, because they show you her trying to have a peaceful life, him trying to still do what's right, and she's getting pulled into her own. She's not getting pulled in because of him. She's getting pulled in because of her own stuff. She found this box.
Yeah, I like that little subplot with her.
Yeah,
this box that has her family crest on it.
Yeah,
just coming out of nowhere.
There's a brush and a comb inside of it, which I'm going to guess that will play out later on in the episode. So, like maybe it belongs to like a grandmother or something like that.
Yeah. That's what I think. Walks out and goes to Zone 5. What are you talking about? Zone 5. Come on.
There is no Zone 5.
We're in the best
Chris's jokes now. Yeah, no, I love that they're doing something with her. They're giving her a subplot, which is really cool. And this whole thing with the, I mean, obviously you had to have some kind of conflict, so you bring all these other gangs into it. But you, this whole thing with Davos and Joy has me really intrigued. I don't know what they're planning. They're planning something big, and
she took a lot of money from the company.
Yeah, and clients.
Which she took her share, right? She basically wanted to be bought out of her share.
She got bought out of her share, but she also put provisions in there to take clients and patents that she had kind of
anything that she worked on.
Yeah,
basically anything that she brought to the company, she's taken out of the company. All because she said, I work my life's work is not going to be. I don't want to lose my life's work. So everything she ever put into the company, she's now taking out. So.
Yeah, JLS said Zone 5 is the Upside Down from Stranger Things. That's awesome. That's cool.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah, so, I mean, now she could, like, I don't know. She could even hostile takeover. She could compete, you know, put a business competition up there and kind of take Rand down from the outside, maybe. I don't know what her plan is. All I know is...
I think it has something to do with Davos. Like, they're definitely they're working on something to bring down...
systematically, like every aspect of his life, they're gonna kind of.
But see, the problem is Joy is being manipulated by Davos because of what happened to her in season 1.
True.
He doesn't realize that Davos just wants the Iron Fist. That's all he cares about is getting.
Yeah. I had to laugh when he was calling Danny pompous. I was like, "Really, you're calling Danny pompous?"
He's being pompous. Calling someone else pompous.
Exactly. This guy is nothing but selfish and greedy. It's not about protecting Kunlun.
Where's the Lion's Force?
Kunlun is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants the Iron Fist for himself now, period.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, it's funny. And so, yeah, Davos enjoyed. And I don't. And then you got the. Obviously, we haven't mentioned this yet. You mentioned Alice Eve is in this. She was introduced in the first episode, and we started getting a little hint of what's going on with her. Obviously, we know who she is, but then you got that aspect that's going to come into play as well with Typhoid Mary. And I love the way they did that, where, you know, she just kind of randomly meets him on the street, but when she goes back to her apartment, she's got Post-it notes, like, obviously from another personality or whatever. That's what it's going to play out to be, I'm assuming. I love the way that played out. It was really interesting, and it's going to bring this whole different layer to the show that we didn't have before.
Hashtag Zone 4 spinoffs. Yeah, that's some real Chris talk.
Yeah, exactly.
There are several. It's called Hall of Toys, Hit
Points.
And yes, we made Hit Points before anybody else with a popular fan base. Wink, wink. We have the Chris and Brand Show. The Dark Avenger podcast is also part of Zone 4 podcast.
Airship 27.
Airship 27, which is Ron. And I forget his friend's name. I'm sorry.
Rob.
Ron and Rob. And then there's the 529 UCast, which is coming soon. Last Ember Press /
Once upon a time.
Anything that Chris has done in the last, like, 5 years.
It's just part of Zone 4.
Everything.
Just by default. Yeah.
There have been spin-offs. If anybody wants any more spin-offs, you star the program and you ask Brand for permission to be part of the network.
You should start like a Power Ranger spinoff just for Chris and Jay. Y'all can do your own show. The Powers.
We had a whole 40-minute discussion. Kat and I debate on Runaways versus Power Rangers on the Tuesday night show, just based on the relationships between Jason and Lauren. How I said it was established previously that they had like this kind of romance building, and I said Nico's romance with Carolina felt like it was fan fiction almost. Like, you know, the new writer came in, Rainbow came in, and she was like, I really like this couple. I want to build off of that one scene and that one issue way back when, even though Nico has never shown any indication that she was even a little bit bisexual. And Kat was like, oh, I definitely saw that the whole time. I was like, no. You know, so we got in a whole, like, 40-minute debate on that. So I could do Power Rangers, trust me.
Yeah, totally.
Just that one little thing took 40 minutes to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I can believe it.
And Jay and I could do a whole Superman one if they ever give us more than just 2 titles a month. Well, 3. 3, I'm sorry. We have Supergirl.
We can still do one with just the 2. There's still a lot of content coming out.
3, the Supergirl.
And Chris, we forgot 123 podcast because we don't do it.
Oh, 123 podcast. The rest
that was the thing.
We covered everything. Everything.
Yeah.
So.
Was Anime Weekly ever a part of it? Or no?
Yes, I gave Brent the audio file for it.
Oh, okay.
Did?
Yes, it did.
All right.
I'm not sure it ever went up audio wise, but I probably did.
It went up. We couldn't add it to Zone 4 directly, so I did it on my SoundCloud before it closed down. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much everything. You had anime.
The morning stream we did.
We'll never do that again. I'm not waking up 8 in the morning. 6.
I played
The
video
only thing we
games.
didn't have was the Pokemon stuff. The what the card stuff wasn't on there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you can have a podcast about cards. You can potentially, but you'd have to be really.
Yeah,
You can count.
Like,
Well, we can count them at what was the one? I think it was the toy one, or the gaming one. I forget because there are so many hit points. I think it was where you had the tabletop games too.
Yeah, it was all toys. We did it,
All
and then we
toys,
broke
right.
it out and made it part of hit points. Yeah.
All right, so Paula Toys, they had the game board, so you can kind of say trading card games are part of the board game.
That's true. 'Cause we did talk about some trading card games on that show.
Okay.
I actually bought the DC trading card game, and I
Yeah.
talked about all of
All right,
That's
there
true.
you go. So you had literally every kind of thing that you can
It's
have.
all related. That's an old comic related.
Hey! Look, I mean, we Zone 4. It's all related. There you go.
There you go. Throwbacks. But going back to Iron Fist.
Our actual topic.
Right. Okay. Let's just say overall thoughts real quick, and then if anybody wants to break down into specifics, because I think we covered like all the.
There's not
there
much
wasn't a lot.
intro. Yeah, it was an intro to the new
Yeah.
season. Davos and Joy. Joy
Yeah.
stupidly being a part of are the antagonists towards Danny and Colleen, and apparently the Sisters of the Dragon are coming soon in the season.
Hopefully.
So
Yeah, I would love it. Yeah, they were.
he's definitely coming in. So it was really just an intro for the season. So
Yeah.
really not much you could say for a first episode.
Right.
Hour long though. I sat down like, okay, here comes 45 minutes of fun. 55 minutes later, oh crap, I forgot it was 55 minutes.
Overall, I thought it was a really great reintroduction to these characters. I think they could have explained the Davos and Joy thing a little bit better, because I mean we did get a very long recap. If you watched the recap, if you didn't skip it, it was very.
I skipped it.
Lisa wanted to watch it, so we watched it, but it was
It's
very
like a
long.
3 minute and something. I
Yeah,
think it
so
was like a 3 minute and something.
it was because it was recapping both Iron Fist and Defenders.
Yeah, and a little bit of Luke Cage.
And a little bit of Luke Cage, yeah. So you got everything. If you watch that recap, you're caught up. You don't need that reintroduction. But if you just skipped that and you went into the episode, I think they could have established the Davos Joy thing a little bit better than they did.
That was given in the end of season 1.
Yeah.
where, they had that meeting. They just sat down, and that was it. So, like, I think they could have done that a little bit better to remind people that they were working together before, we saw them working together again.
Yeah. But I think they did a good job with Danny and Colleen, reintroducing them and kind of setting the stage of where they are in their lives and post all that stuff. I like the way they established the whole gang thing. They start us off with action, which is a smart move for a show like this. Then you, like I said, you build up those little subplots, and you even got to see all the characters. You got to see Ward, you got to see Davos, Joy, Colleen, Iron Fist, the gangs and everything. So I thought, as far as the first episode goes, I thought it was a solid one. It's got me intrigued. You introduced Typhoid Mary into it, so you got that little thread kind of hanging there. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid first episode. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a really solid episode. I think it was a nice setup, which is something we don't get in all these shows. Like for the first episode, to really set you up.
Yeah.
This one was a nice seasonal setup. Again, you get the Typhoid Mary stuff with the the post-it notes. You get the little Ward reference, so Ward's brought into here. You get Joy and Dago's connection. You get each of them coming at him at different ends, and you get a little bit for Colleen and Danny's relationship, and some of Colleen's story on her own. So like you get everything. The only thing that's missing that we know is coming in this season was Misty. That was the only thing that was really missing. But we even got to see Danny have a little bit of a life outside of all this stuff. He had a friend that wasn't a part of it all.
Yeah, I like that. I forgot about him. What was his name?
I forget his name, but he has a friend that's not a part of the whole, Defenders people. He's just a guy. And I like that. I like that part.
Yeah, and it's because he's working for like this. Is it a moving company?
Yeah, a moving company.
Yeah, he's working for a little moving company. Even though he has Rand, he's down on the street and just kind of doing his thing because he needs to have his ear to the ground, and that's kind of his purpose. And I thought that was cool. It brought him a little bit more down to earth.
I did too. I thought that made him more like Danny. Danny's never been even in the comics. Like he's never been that guy who's like, oh, I'm rich, I don't have to do all this stuff. He's one with the people. So that's why I like that, he done that.
Yeah. Yeah, he has like the Batman Tony Stark money, but he doesn't live that life like they do. Yeah, I think that's cool. What about you, Chris?
I like that. This reminds me a lot of the comic book character where he was very down to earth, even though he was. But at the same time, with the series though, not looking at the comic, I really like that aspect that he's got his ear to the ground. But again, it all goes back to they lost Daredevil, so now he has to make sure that. I mean, if he's going to run the company like with Ward, his mindset is going to be too much on the business, not enough on the streets. That's why it makes sense that he's doing this. I thought he would be working for something a little. I thought that he would work with Colleen in a dojo, but it kind of makes sense to kind of move away from that after the hand.
You're right.
So I liked it. I like that they have him, even though he's rich, he's still in between the people, which is cool, and a lot of rich people should do that. But of course they don't. But it's a good idea. I like that they did it with Danny. Danny has that person. Even when he's with Joy, you could see that his personality still is very much like season 1, where he just automatically wants to give Joy what she wants so she can be happy. Whereas Ward is like, dude, she has a plan.
Yeah.
McFly.
My only grievance with that is by now he should have matured a little bit and not been so naive. Yeah. Hopefully he'll get there. That was one of my complaints about season 1. It took him so long, and even in Defenders, he was still naive and gullible. And it's like, come on, dude, you got to grow up a little bit here, somewhere. So hopefully they do that this season. All right. Any other thoughts about Iron Fist? Any questions in the comments in the chat for us about it?
No, nothing in the comments.
No. Well, give them time.
Comments talk about Chris's different shows that he's going to do.
Yeah,
and,
they want a Chris and me show. I'm like, okay, it'll be a patron goal. I do so many shows every week, everyone. And it's not me saying, give me money and I'll give you a show. It's just, I work so much. I have so many things I do online every week as is already.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. I'd love to do more. It's just...
He needs a patron all on his own.
Tebby asked you, Chris, if you had any opinion on Typhoid Mary.
No, not yet. I want to see more before
I like that they're building her slow. It's not like, oh, here she is, Yeah. I like that we're getting a little slow build to her. Yeah. That could be a whole seasonal thing, or, maybe the first half. This is only a 10-episode season.
Yeah. I would like to see that, like, kind of yeah, kind of slow build until the second half. Yeah, that'd be good. SM Down said, I hope Danny has mellowed since season 1. Yeah, he has. He's not quite as angry and intense.
Yeah.
We see at the end of the episode, he's going down in the subway and punching a door with the Iron Fist, and I think that's kind of his anger management tactic. So that's how he's getting it out. And Scotty said, "Do you think Danny will end up with Luke Cage, or are they better apart?" I hope they do. I want to see Heroes for Hire
together. Yeah, I think they work real. I mean, if anything, that's that would be the next awesome crossover. Would be Heroes for Hire.
But honestly, Luke Cage is better when he's with other people.
Yes, absolutely.
I think he shined in Defenders because of that, because he had people to bounce off.
I'm struggling getting through season 2. I've watched like 4 episodes, I think.
I don't think Cat has finished either, and Cat still hasn't even finished Punisher.
I haven't even started Punisher.
So many people did not either watch it or like they're still like, "Oh, episode 6." Like,
yeah. I don't know why. It's just like.
And wasn't there a season 2 already announced? Like they're filming it and all that.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. With such a backlash of season 1.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I still know people who are like big Marvel Netflix fans, and they're like, "Oh, I'm on like episode 6," and it's like 2 years later.
Yeah. Tevye said.
Later.
Yeah. Tevye said, "How do you feel about Davos?" I think he's a good counter to Danny, but he's gonna get on my nerves after a while. I think.
I think he makes a good opposite.
Yeah.
Danny. Like
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think this season they need to wrap him up and move on. You know what I mean? And maybe he could come back later, but I think after this arc we need a break from Davos.
Yeah. I can agree.
Davos is grand finale. I really do. I believe by the end of this arc, we're done.
I see. Davos was like. I think what they did right with Iron Fist season 1, and they screwed up with Luke Cage season 1, is that they had a minor villain being built up, which was Davos, throughout it, because you started out as the friend, and then you became the villain, but we had the main villain, which was the father. We had Ward's father. That was the main villain. And then Davos became the backup villain.
Yeah.
And then this year they're exploring that. Luke Cage, they did like, the first half was this villain, which was the good villain, Cottonmouth. And then the second half was, it was just like crap. It was just like, that second half was the worst Netflix stuff that Marvel has done. And I'm not even a fan of Daredevil. And, because, again, I'm not everybody else. I'm different. I did not like Daredevil. I know everybody else is like their number 1 Marvel Netflix. But,
it's like a 3. I like Iron Fist, Defenders, and then Daredevil.
Daredevil's like my last, and then, or I think I have it tied pretty much with Luke Cage. Season 1, because Luke Cage had good first half. Daredevil I just didn't like because of Playpen. I call him Playpen.
I know you do.
He act like a big baby the whole season. But yeah, I thought their choreography, like, honestly, at least there's problems with Iron Fist choreography, but it's just because he didn't get enough practice. Daredevil, I think, overdoes choreography. It's like, I gotta beat this guy down 50 times, knock him down, throw him off a building, strangle him, throw him back up, hit him over the wall, throw him down the stairs, bring him back up, throw him back down, like, all just to knock out one person. Like, dude, it's not even superpower.
I will say that first season they did the hallway fight, and I thought that was really cool, and just that one scene. But they overplayed it because they kept doing it over and over again. You need to like save those things in your pocket for really special moments, not just
it's like a Netflix thing that they do. Exactly. All the Marvel stuff. It was in Luke Cage. It was in Iron Fist. It was in Jessica Jones. It was in Defenders.
Yeah.
It was in Punisher. Like they do that now. Like every season has to have that.
Yeah. So I could do without that so much. But all right, so there we go. That's our talk about the first episode of season 2 of Iron Fist. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you didn't, we'll hear about it. I'm curious to see what Mike and Kat thought of it too once we get on Frontline Live
Well,
next week.
you'll find mine Cat's theories, thoughts on it on Wednesday. And if Brant is done by then, he can join us and we can have that zone for crossover. Chris, you're welcome too to join us if you want.
If I finish it, I'm going to take season 2 a lot slower than season 1 so I can enjoy it.
Yeah, I doubt that you'll be able to watch it because I know you're like a lot slower at watching it, especially with Spider-Man out now of the game.
I'll be watching Spider-Man.
No more Chris and I binging the entire thing in 2 days. It's just not going to happen.
Tevia harped twice on the Chris and Brant show. Brant and I have talked about it several times that when we have something to talk about and if we have the free time, the Chris and Brant show has no schedule, so we'll see.
Yeah,
it's new shows we mentioned that we might bring back.
It's honestly something that we would love to do more of because we have a lot of fun doing them. It's a timing thing. We're so busy. It's hard to work it in. So that's definitely Chris and Brant show will return. I promise you that. It's just a matter of when.
We have one more question for this. Right. So is Joy a villain, or do you think she'll have a change of heart? Not sure yet.
Yeah, it's unclear.
PTSD victim right now that's being used by Davos.
I think it's possible. I think there could be redemption for her. Right now, it's just raw that she found her father and lost her father all at once, and she blames Danny for it.
Exactly.
So that's I think though even in this first episode you saw a little seed of the fact that she could turn and kind of come back over to Danny's side, but we don't know yet. So, all right, so it's time to talk about why is this not playing? This is not playing. Play. My music stopped playing. I don't know. Oh. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
We're gonna.
This is our first time live. We never done this before.
It's our little. Had it up too loud. There we go. So it's time to talk about what's coming out, and going on. So, Jay, we'll start with you.
That's today. Tomorrow I'll be doing Power Ranger Ninja Storm episode 12, I believe. A review that will be early on in the day. And then at night, I'm going on Kat's channel on Comic Uno to talk about the Q&A for her comic book that's on Kickstarter right now, where they're shortly away from making the final stretch goal, which will bring issue number 5 to you. If you're, whatever level you're getting, that's the level you'll get it. If it's physical, you get it physical. Digital, you get digital. So I'll be on there doing the Q&A. I'll be moderating that. That's most likely going to be me and her only. And then, let's see. That takes care of Saturday. Sunday, I don't think I have anything. That's my day of rest. And then Tuesday is Frontline Live again. We have that, top 5, everything like that. So check that out. Wednesday, of course, we're doing the Media Menace on Iron Fist. That'll be our 198th episode, so we're almost to our 200th episode of Media Menace.
That's awesome.
Weird how like at one point we were like 10 episodes away from Frontline. At one point I think we were like 8 episodes, but then we had to delay it because of Cat's schedule and all. So we've fallen behind, but so we're almost at 200 episodes, which is really cool. And then Thursday is another Q&A on. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Q&A this week, Saturday, is here on Frontline. That's right. So come here on Frontline Saturday, tomorrow night. That's where the Q&A is on. So tomorrow night, Saturday, today is what?
Tomorrow's the 8th.
Saturday the 8th. Come check us out on Frontline for the Q&A for like Twilight Daughter. Then Thursday we're going back on Kat's channel for another Q&A for the because it's the last couple of days. So go check all that out. I think that's everything that I can think of right now. And check out comicfrontline.com. Check out me on Twitter at Comic Book Theater. Guys, update from Ranger Liz. I will be getting my package, which is the Lord Draken Morphicon exclusive action figure, probably one day next week or something, because I think she says she's going to be mailing it out like this weekend or early next week. So
I wanted
expect
a
that.
Lord Dragon.
What?
I wanted a Lord Dragon figure. Are they available to buy? Or are they just literally from
You could probably buy them on eBay, but I wouldn't buy it.
No
I
way.
heard there's a lot. I heard there's a lot of well, I heard like not even the price that people pay for them is worth it, because I've seen reviews of it, and like his top torso is like very loose. Like if you go like this, he just flops back and forth.
No, thank you.
And this arm broke off of a lot of people's thing when they try to turn it. So I'll be reviewing the thing the figure right here on Comic Frontline. And again, thank Ranger Liz for I won her contest for the for our 1 year anniversary. Go check her out. Yeah, it was a really cool thing. Those are like I think they were like $50 to $65 or something like that.
Wow.
Even if you went there. So like if you're not going there and you buy it online, it's gonna be a lot more than that.
Yeah. Legend Storm asked you a question, Jay. Do you guys have anything big planned for Media Madness 200?
Not yet. We were gonna have Iron Fist would have been our 200th episode, but because of everything that got delayed and we moved stuff around, we had to push it back. And I don't know what we're gonna have. Let me see if I can see if our schedule has what our 200th episode should be. But I think we're gonna actually change that, because if it was just like a regular smaller thing, we'll probably do something special. We were going to do the 200th with Iron Fist, because I think like our 100th was Marvel something with Marvel, or 50th was something with Marvel. So we were going to do it like that. But just let me get this up real fast and let me know. You want to let oh wait,
Chris go? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Chris can go, then I'll say it after Chris.
All right. So this week I was sick, so nothing got done that I would like to get. What I wanted to get done. Newsletter and stuff pending for 529 Studio. Big announcement. The date was moved. All will be explained when the newsletter for 529 Studio goes out from Last Ever Press. Look forward to that. YouTube wise, I have. Mike and I found these at the store today, so we are actually either going to do an Oreo taste video for Monday, and then we're going to do these guys on a different day, limited edition.
What flavors are those?
Pop-Tart
Sugar cookie.
frosted strawberry connected with drizzled cheesecake is the first one. And then this one is, I don't know why they call it drizzled. It sounds disgusting when you say it that way. Drizzled sugar cookie connected with frosted brownie batter. The other one. So we're going to do a video for these two, probably separate, because you want to cleanse the palate. You don't want to do two on the same show. So we'll probably do two separate videos. Oreo Taste will be back on Monday. Probably have Michael and Tommy for that. Maybe I'll even have Tommy with us for the Pop-Tarts. Twitch-wise, Brant and Jay already said it. Spider-Man is out. So I downloaded it. We got it digitally. It's our first digital-only game. Michael will actually be having some fun with that on Dark Adventure Gaming on Twitch. I finished Destiny 2. That's like the only thing I could do this week. The story, most of it, is on my Twitch channel right now. I will be moving into Frontline Gaming Zone this weekend. It was 3 parts. Third part was super short. I'll be doing more Destiny in between Spider-Man, that's for sure. And Dark Avenger review will be up tomorrow. We're going to probably shoot it after this episode, Mike and I, as a video. Anything else? That's about it for now. I'm not going to hold up thinking about it.
All right.
The regular will be back on Monday for this week, this Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Or Wednesday.
Our 200 should be either our comic summit, our first one, or we're going to be doing the anime summit, which is our 4th one, I think. We've done, I think, 3 or 4 of them already with Tony, and probably we'll have, what's his name on for the anime summit, JoJo Talks Too Much. And I think they will both be on for the comic summit, which would be trying to introduce comics to Tony. And I also want to mention Comic Book Club. That's what I forgot.
Yeah.
Comic Book Club, the selection was made. It's Saga Volume 1. It's a great time to do it because it's on hiatus, a long hiatus. So if you ever want to pick up Saga and you want a reason to get into it, now is the time to do it. And that would be near the end of the month when we'll announce the day of it in the coming weeks. But that would be the book that's selected, and I already have a book in mind for next month, but that will be announced when we do the next Comic Book Club.
Okay, cool. And I should be able to make this one. I've never read Saga, so I kind of wanted to do that one just because of that. So it'll be interesting. And I know I have it. I think I took it to the office, so I'm going to have to go get it. All right, so for me, of course, my channel, Brant Fowler, Monday Musings, every Monday, and on right here on Comic Frontline to do weekly comic rankings on Tuesdays. It's basically my top 15 now, so you can check that out. Starting Monday, the Patreon page for Last Number Press is going to be rebranded. It's going to be under me, and it's going to include everything from Zone 4, everything from LEP, everything I do, even stuff I do on Frontline. So more updates about that next week when I have more details about that. And reviews, Frontline reviews this Friday.
Yes,
will be
they're
up.
They're up.
Oh, they're up. Yeah, it's Friday. Duh.
Frontline reviews is up. That's why I was actually going to say, I forgot one more thing, but
yeah. Yeah, ComicFrontline.com. Go check that out. I reviewed, what did I review? Cover, #1 by Brian Michael Bendis, and WWE NXT TakeOver, the Blueprint #1. That's a long title. So go check those out. And everybody else that reviews on there, tons of reviews. So go check those out. And, of course, come back here next week for a brand new episode of Zone 4 Live and Frontline Live and Media Madness, which Jay already mentioned. So all kinds of live shows going on right here on Comic Frontline, and we're happy to have Zone 4 Live here each and every Friday for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it, this format. And if you're listening to the audio version of this, come check us out live as well, because it's a blast and you can interact directly with us through the chat. So that's it. That's our show. And Jay, it's your turn to read us out.
okay, we'd like to thank the official bands of Zone 4, the Ray Wall Band and Society's Play. They hear on the show each and every episode. We are also proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us right here on Comic Frontline every Friday, live and in color. And also on comicspodcast.com, Stitcher, iTunes, and of course, Zone 4 Podcast. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, or concerned about Chris's mental health,
You're funny.
send those to Zone 4 Podcast at Zone 4 Podcast at gmail.com. And as always, thanks for listening. You are now leaving the fantastic live Zone 4.
Bye, guys. You just had to use that one, didn't you?
Yep.
Ahoy, mates.